Life is like a train. Just because there's a final destination doesn't mean you can't get off at another stop. Today, I invite you to take a short break from what you're doing and join our journey as I show you the side of life which people often forget about. I believe that living life to the fullest should be the mission of every person on this planet. Seeing new places, meeting cool people, building your career, and enjoying every second of it. However, our world today has designed us to do the opposite. We think that since social media exists, we are even more united. But let me tell you the harsh truth, as we've never been more disconnected than we are right now. The average person today spends their entire life scrolling on TikTok and chasing validation. They do nothing productive and don't even realize how much time has passed as they aimlessly sit and do nothing. The real problem starts when these influencers create a false reality of how you should live your life. They appear to be perfect in every way, appear to be the best in society, when in reality, you are seeing their life from a narrow scope. They don't show the bad parts, the ugly moments, or the emotional battles they go through. And it's unfair that they try and promote this by trying to tell you that this is the way of living life. And what happens then? You start comparing yourself, you start to desire a life which is fake, and you start feeling worthless in a life that you should be exploring and enjoying. Unfortunately, most people don't realize this and end up wasting their potential on superficiality. But just because our society has accepted this culture doesn't mean that you have to as well. And it's never too late to get off at an earlier stop if you're not happy with the final destination. It seems like nothing feels genuine in people anymore. People don't express themselves truly how they want. And if they claim they are, it's through a masked version based on what they see online. We've been tricked into thinking that success looks like money, status, and being constantly seen. But what if real success was peace of mind, good health, and doing what you love even if no one is watching? You don't need 100,000 followers to feel loved. You just need one real conversation, one friend who listens, or even a stranger that smiles at you for no reason. We've replaced conversations with comments, relationships with reactions, and genuine moments with fleeting stories that disappear in 24 hours. So why waste your energy chasing this imagination when you can instead chase a fun experience, plan something with friends, and do the things you love the most? By the time the average person turns 80, they would have spent over 17 years of their life staring at a screen. 17 summers, 17 springs, 17 autumns, and 17 winters, all forgotten. I want you to think back to a memorable experience you had last year. Maybe it was a party, or a gathering, or you just went out to a nice place. Just think about how much you enjoyed that, how much it might have meant to you, and how it brought you in a happy mood. Now, I want you to think back to a TikTok that you might have seen a year ago. Do you remember that? Is it something that has stuck with you? A memory you'll be able to share with your children? No. To put it simply, scrolling your life away is like flushing your life down the drain. I'm not saying to stop social media entirely, or to completely stop using your phone, but to know the effects, both mentally and physically, it can cause. During a study conducted in Copenhagen in September 2024, it was found that 34% of adolescents played video games daily, with 22% playing at least 48 hours a day and 16% at risk of problematic gaming. Teens who spend more than 3 hours a day on social media are twice as likely to experience depression and anxiety, and 1 in 3 teen girls say that Instagram makes them feel worse about their body. We don't even realize it, but the damage is real. And whilst these statistics take into account the average person, it's scary to think how the top percent of the minority are affected. It would be a completely different story if the internet was used for good, but unfortunately this isn't the case. 25% of all internet searches are for explicit content and account for more traffic than Netflix, Amazon, and X combined. Around 12 billion internet searches are done daily, meaning that every day 3 billion searches on the internet are for porn. That's 3 billion people chasing fake intimacy on a planet where real connection feels rarer than ever. We've created a world that feeds us everything we crave, except what we actually need. Real connection, real love, and real peace. We're overstimulated but undernourished, surrounded but alone. Thus, it's no wonder mental health is collapsing at every level. But what if I told you that freedom is closer than you think? It doesn't take money or fame to feel alive. Sometimes, it just takes putting your phone down for a day, listening to the sounds of birds, or talking to someone you care about, without checking your notifications in between sentences. The happiest people aren't the ones who have the most. They're the ones who are the most present, who live here in the real world and not online. The people who notice the way sunlight falls through the window, who laugh with friends until they cry, and who don't document every moment because they're too busy living it. And if you're gonna leave this video remembering one thing, all I want you to remember is life is like a train. You don't have to stay on the tracks society laid out for you. You can change direction, get off at a different stop, slow down, or even look out the window. The ride is too beautiful to miss, but the final destination is unique for all people.